Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios and the first monthly challenge of 2021. Excuse me, I had to get a drink of my tea. If you have been here before, thank you for coming back. If you're new to my channel, please remember to subscribe. And because every Saturday, I do a Shout Out Saturday where I direct my subscribers to 5 random draws from my subscriber list to check out each other's channels. So make sure you subscribe. And click the like button because there's going to be lots of product and stuff coming through this channel this year. We're going to start today with, as I said, this is the first monthly challenge from Dearjuliejulie. It's the January Just Junk Journal Challenge of 2021. And that means we are using strictly junk, stuff that either has been thrown away or would be thrown away. And we're going to have some fun with this. We're going to start with, these are covers from off of a paper pad scrapbook. And I'm not sure I can use these, but I would normally throw those away. And I've used most of the paper pads. So I want to cut out the squares and use those with parts as mini tags. So we've got those. Now, I'm going to start with the basics first. We can use one coloring book page, one book, one magazine, one piece of clothing, one piece of linen, one jewelry. Now, if the jewelry is earrings, we can use both earrings, and a gift bag and or box. So let's start with, I'm trying to get stuff out of the way here that it doesn't cascade across the floor. My coloring book is this page. My office is a disaster and stuff is laying everywhere, so please bear with me. I'm getting there. The girls both like kitty cats, so I pulled this from my granddaughter's coloring book. One book, I am using this Childcraft. I guess I should start by saying this book is going to be a memory book for me for my new grandbabies, my Mimi girls, which would be Savvy, Nehemiah, and Melina. And so I'm picking stuff that will coordinate with them. Now the Childcraft book, as much as I hate to tear this thing apart, I got it at a thrift store. But there are lots of things in here that I can cut out and put onto tags throughout the book. And then I'm going to use the front and back cover of this, but I'm going to deconstruct it because I'm going to need a wider spine. And when I get ready to put this cover together, I will show you a neat trick that I learned from April over at Peak Odd Birds so that you don't get the alligator mouth. It's really a cool trick. So that's my book. My magazine is a Children's Highlights, and I chose this particular issue for 2 reasons. Number one, there are these cute little clowns in here that I can fussy cut out. They'd even make cute charms. And then there is this story of Juliet Gordon-Low. Jessica and Cassie were both Girl Scouts in my troops, so I want to use these in their book. And I'm going to stick the coloring page in here so I can quit losing track of it. Okay, magazine, clothing. Oh, here it is. This is a little romper outfit from my niece. She just gave me a bunch of clothes to give to Cassie for the girls. And I just thought this incorporated all the colors that I want to use in the journal, and this appears to have been homemade. It's very well done, by the way. So that's my clothing item. And then I have, for linen, I have this piece of tablecloth that my sister gave me, and it has the linen squares plus the lace panel, and I'm going to pull one of each from off of this. And then for jewelry, both of the girls, Jessica and Cassie, knew my mother. They called her Grammy. And I have this pair of earrings that were Grammys, and they have all these little different size baubles that I can take off of here and use in charms and page edgers and book paper clips, that kind of thing. So I have those. And then for my gift bag, I have this pretty pink gift bag, and I'm going to take and cut it apart and use one side for each of the girls And then we've also got the ties that we can use. And they're white backed, so that'll make a nice flip out type of stuff since it's got the white backing. Okay, then we can use, for extras, we can use a total of 8 ledger, line, graph, or map. Now I am using these here. I'll get to those part in a minute, but I have 3 of the children's lettering alphabet paper, and I've got 3 of the graph or ledger paper. I'm not sure what my other 2 papers are going to be. Haven't gotten that far. Then I have note paper. We can use 8 note papers, like from list pads. So I have pulled, I have an extra one because I've got 3 signatures and 3 girls. So I have, if not today, then when, the butterfly notes, and then because the girls are not crazy super about pink, and if you saw my baby journals that I did for Cassie that were definitely pink, I'm trying to tone my album down a little bit. So I've got this with the flowers, and it's got a subtle hint of a map in the background of this. So that's my note papers. And then we have to have a hardcover. We can dye our papers, greeting cards and envelopes. I have greeting cards here somewhere. Papers. Okay, I have greeting cards and envelopes. Not sure where that stack went. I filmed this last night and it didn't go over so well. Oh, here they are, all underneath my papers. Here they are. We'll get those in a moment, but I have these with the butterflies and the dusty roses on. And I'm going to be including a couple of these in my vintage baby kit coming up in a couple of months in my shop. We have the butterfly note cards. And then I have these with the kitties. Some envelopes. Note the address. I thought this was appropriate because when I went up, Cassie and Matt had just moved into their new house out in the country on the farmhouse, and I had gone up there to help her get the house ready, so I thought those were appropriate. And then I've got this cute little mouse and cheese card from Ambassador. So that is my cards and envelopes. Now I will be pulling out more because we can use all the envelopes we want, so I'll be pulling out some privacy envelopes from out of my junk journal folder later today. So I'll have those. We can also use sewing machine or needles and thread and embroidery floss. Any of our tools. We just cannot use any rubber polymer stamps or stamp pads. Now we can make ours. And we have to have a minimum of 2 signatures in the journal. We can also use playing cards. Let me get over to this one. Any junk, let me use the small stuff first. So I'm going to start back. We can use playing cards. So I have these with the kitties and the doggy for Jessica for Savannah. They have 2 dogs. Cassie has the cats, and this almost looks like one of her kitties that is very attitudinal. And then we have the poo cards for each of them. So I have those. And let's see. Now we can start back with any junk mail. Well, for more of the envelopes I have and the stamps, I have these for my Christmas cards. I thought I had more junk mail laying here, but I don't see it anywhere. I have these 2 envelopes that on the back of this, I have photocopied the reveal party and the shower invitation for Cassie and Matt for the girls. And then these are the envelopes that they came in. So I'm going to use these in their sections to slide the invitations back into. Then I have, this is from junk mail from Fisher Investments, trying to get me to invest in them, and I already invest. And then I have these papers from my printer. And here's a tip. You cannot use print-offs, misprints from off of your printer, but when was the last time you did a test print on your printer? If you need to do a test print on your printer, you can use that piece of paper. So run your printer on a test print and make sure that everything is good to go. Book pages, I'm going to use the pages from out of that craft. Plus I have these book pages from a book of maps. I have Illinois. Excuse me. I have Illinois. Let's see. How are we going? I think this is... Aha, that's why it looked funny last night. There's Iowa, Illinois, and Missouri. So as I turn the pages right side up. Right? Illinois? Something like that. There's Missouri. It's there somewhere. It's there somewhere. But I have the book page maps for those 3 states because I started in Missouri. I stopped in Illinois to see Jessica and meet Savvy. And then I went on up to Iowa to Cassie and Matt's and see their see Matt's 3 children, as well as spend some time with Cassie and getting ready for the twins. So those are my book pages. Any junk mail wallpaper. I have this spool from a Restore. And I'm not crazy about the darker here, but I'm going to fussy cut around this. Now's when I would love to have had that scan and cut from Maddie's Spectrum Art giveaway last night, raffle last night. That would have been so much easier. But I have this. If you don't know what Restore is a store for Habitat for Humanity, where they usually have a resale store of stuff that, building supplies and various things that people have swapped out when they've done remodels, and the profits from those go to Habitat for Humanity. So check your local area and see if you have a Habitat for Humanity in your area. Anything from wrapping. So I have this wrapping paper that came from Cassie's shower items. When I went up there, we got the baby room ready, and you're going to see a lot of stuff. I brought back an entire bag of packaging from all of her baby stuff, and that include all of these tags that came off of the products. I have cute little elephants in here somewhere. I have the giraffe. My elephants have run away. There they are. Excuse me, it's a little early in the morning. So I have all this tag from packaging. The wrapping paper. Bows. I have... this came off of something from one of the baby gifts. This came off of the shower stuff. This ribbon came off of the shower stuff. I'll tell you, these gals, when they wrapped packages, they used some really adorable ribbon. There was this red grosgrain, this bright pink with the white hearts. There was the white with the gold hearts. There was this plain white grosgrain, almost like a white satin on this one. And then I have a few bows and packaging in here from Christmas. So I have all that wrapping product. Old planners and calendars. I have a variety here. I'll slip down to here. I have this teddy bear calendar. And I have all these cute little squares back here on the back, as well as the bigger pictures on the inside. And then on the inside, I have these 2 from 2020 from Southern Living. I can put writing on the back, highlight this, and this will make a nice flip out on pages. The girls consider cardinals a blessing. Their grandfather loved cardinals. And so I've included something that's got the cardinal in these. Now those are from Arbor Day. Then I have these little notepad calendars. I have 3 November, but I'm thinking that Savvy was born in October. I have to check with Jessica on that, in which case I've got October calendars I can pull. Then I've got this one. This one's a bookmark calendar, and it's for November. Now, these are not misprints. These were, you can see they were dated. I don't even know what year that Monday fell on, the 4th fell on a Monday in February, but these were planner pages from my blog planner. So I've got those I can use. And then the rest of this calendar. And then I also have 2 of these 2020 calendars from Dollar Tree. I always buy extras just for this purpose. So there's my calendars. Food packaging. I've only saved a few, pulled a few out, because I will use these probably for tags. Butter boxes, and I particularly like things like the butter boxes, the Little Debbie boxes, because they're white on the back. My coffee mocha boxes, my cookie boxes, because they're white on the back. So I just have to cover the front of the tag, and I have a white surface on the back. So watch your packaging for tags. Gift bows, we saw those. The old maps, those were part of my book pages. The postage stamps that are on my Christmas card envelopes. Dryer sheets we're going to see about maybe using just because they've got a softer texture, and I've got some saved over here. I'm going to try dyeing them. Clothing tags you saw. Paint chips we can pull, and I've not pulled from my paint chips yet. I thought I had my, here it is. But when I went to, I collected a whole bunch of collection of HGTV paint chips, and I'll go through here and see what colors I want to work with and pull those from my stash. Ow, I want my knee. Broken jewelry. I'm not using any broken jewelry. I'm using those earrings, the gift backs, game pieces and playing cards. You saw those. Paper packaging. This is my paper packaging. All of this on the top came really wadded up in my new purse that I picked up at Burlington Coat Factory while Bob and I were in Springfield last week. And I pressed it all out, and it's a recycled paper, and it is so soft, but yet it's really fragile. It's almost like a mulberry paper. And then under that, I have more of that in smaller sheets. These were from Bob's tennis shoes. And then packaging of stuff that has come in the door over the past month or so. A brown paper bag, more of that tissue paper. And then I have this that came in an Amazon order. Not sure what this came in. More of the brown paper sack type of stuff. Leftover wrapping paper. So I have all of that packaging to use. And then the old clothing item, the book pages, the envelopes. One of I'm using is, one of our challenges is to make a bank envelope with 3 inserts. So I have this. I think I'm going to open this up because I've got several of these. When our bank changed names last year or 2 years ago, they gave me a bunch of their old bank envelopes. So I think I'm going to open this up and just lay it on something and use it as a base for that challenge. I also have, when it comes to the junk mail, I have these kind of things that you get from Capital One and your credit card companies. I have these little booklets from my McAfee, excuse me, my McAfee antivirus protection program. I have this from United Healthcare that folds out. So I've got the junk mail thingy, the bank envelope thingy. I think that's it. I think I've covered it. Oh, and the packaging. This is the rest of the packaging that I have. And most of this came, with the exception of some of the paper product type stuff, this stuff all came from Cassie's Shower Products. They do a lot of Norwalk, and so I thought these would make great belly bands. And belly bands is one of the challenge items we have to do. Got the stickers from the car sheets. This was from my pens that Bob got me for Christmas. I love the rainbow. And since I can use tools, I can use any of my punches or dies and punch that out. I love the word amazing on this from my suitcase. This was from my new trimmer that I bought. The poo stuff. And see, I can cut that out with a circle or that out with an oval, and I can turn these into charms. Then I have the yellows. There's 2 of these. There's this one, another Norwalk. I really like this holographic. It's silver and white, but it has a holographic note to it. And more packaging. This was from my Bronco face masks. This is actually a sticker sheet from a shipping. Cassie sold Unique for a while, and I thought these would be fitting to put into her album. And then I've got the baby memory kit thing that was in some stuff that I had here. So that is the junk mail. And I think that does it. I think that walks you through everything. I don't think I've missed anything. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I had packaging. I have several of these bag type things. These are great for doing shaker cards as well as just pocket windows for photos. So I have those. Plus I have different sizes of acetate. As soon as I can get static electricity, wipe everything down with a dryer sheet before you start. And then I have a whole bunch more of these old planner sheets that I can use. You can see they're predated and not for this year. So I've got those to use as well. So that pretty much covers it for the January Just Junk Journal Challenge 2021 and all the stuff I'm going to be using. I will leave a link in the description box below for Julie's video with all the details. And in her description box, you'll find the link to our January Just Junk Journal Challenge Facebook group, where you can come and play with us and post the things that you make. And she always has freebies for us to work with. I think those printables she will allow us to use. And I will also link her Scrap All About It with Dearjuliejulie Facebook group down below. There are always freebie printables in the files for that group as well. I will not be here tomorrow. Today is Bob's last full day home. He leaves out tomorrow morning, and then I can get crazy and get back on track. So no video for Tuesday this week. I will be back here on Wednesday with a planner video. I know it is supposed to be Alexis's CEO planner, but I think I've got to get a couple other planner things out of the way first. And I've not had a chance to sit down and fill out my January for the planner. With Bob being home and us doing all kinds of stuff. So that one may have to wait till the following week. But I will have an introductory to my journal or to my planners video on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be another planner video because I'm going to be using Julie's Pink Antique Ephemera Digitals to make my creative and crafty goals planner. And I will talk about my crafty goals planner on Thursday as well. Friday freebie, I had Friday figured out. Now I don't remember what it was. And then we're back here for Shout Out Saturday and our first Stampin' Up! Sunday of the year 2021. Thanks for joining me in the studio today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on Wednesday. Creative blessings.